Live right about now. Let me share this around real quick. Excellent. Just all over the place. 3 days away from another big tournament. Really excited about it. It's going to be awesome. Really going to be fun to watch. Always, always, always a great time when a 9-man tournament is going to happen that weekend, especially with the level of competition and talent that's going to be there. And we have a lot of talent in the room right now. Some of the best talkers of the Uncut era. Damien Caison joining us for tonight's show. Welcome on the
What's up?
show,
What's
Damien.
up? What's up, Joey? Appreciate you having me, man.
Appreciate you being on, man. Glad to have you on. Looking forward to it. You won't be at AC this weekend. You'll be home. So we're going to have you on tonight to talk some B predictions, give your opinion on what's going on the B side of things. We know you're typically an A bracket player, but you've gotten to play against a lot of the B teams over the years. You know what they can do. You you scout everywhere you go. So you know a lot about the game. So looking forward to having you on for this one.
Sir, yes, sir. Pardon me, I'm making a drink real quick. So my bad if I'm a little over the place, but I'm listening. I'm just pouring up real quick.
It's all good. We've had shows where guys are walking around convenience stores trying to buy stuff. We've had Wheezy give a tour of his house at one point. It could be worse places. Kevin Fields last night, he was working in the kitchen at the restaurant he was at. Yeah,
Yeah,
we got to look inside the kitchen. Shout out
that's
to the Bulls. They donated their jersey. If you want your team's jersey on the back wall, anytime we're covering an event, a tournament, a league, we'll have it up there for you if you're participating in it. Shout out to AFN as well, one of the first teams to donate a jersey to the back wall back in the day. Um, yeah, that's a real OG shirt. That's way back. You remember the Affiliate Nation, right, Damien?
oh yeah. How could you how could you forget them? You know what I mean? Them boys stole one of my championships. I don't want to talk about it, but
We won't talk about that, but we'll talk about what the affiliates will do in this coming tournament. But first, let's take a look at my B rankings. These are my personal B rankings, not to be confused with the national rankings or anything else. Just what I thought is going on based on what we saw at Ocean City, because that was really the first 9-man tournament of this particular circuit season. So based on that, here's what I got. There we go. Perfect. My top 15 for it with the records I have based on what I know. If there's more to it that you just have this season, let me know, and I'll add on to the record. Didn't get a lot of time to do some research this year. I forgot I'll do the Ducks one. Actually, their records are going 1-3-1. Forgot to go over to GCF base stuff, so that one's a little off at the moment. But taking a look at what we got so far, the top 15, beginning with a team you're very familiar with, Dane, the Tri-State Spartans of the Keystone Flag Football League. They were the C bracket runner-up. They're 13-4 on the season. They played a lot of top teams like Bad Boys, Baez, Auto. They went against AFN in that C championship. But for the most part, Tri-State, they play over here in the 4-state region. They've beaten some good teams in the form of the Warriors. They killed the Bees when they played them earlier in the year, as well as at Ocean City. They beat them in that semis. Tri-State's very competitive. It's just what the biggest knock on them, of course, is competition. But the biggest praise I have is you got to look at it. They played 17 9-man games already this season.
yeah,
And
they getting that work in.
Yeah. That is a team who's always working. They will not be at AC this weekend. Actually, we know where they're going to be at, and we'll talk about that real quick, Dave. You'll be there, I believe, Saturday morning at 9:15 a.m. Tri-State Spartans and the X-Dogs. You'll Keith Giles will be live at that for Try Hard Sports. Looking forward to that matchup. You guys are trying to wrap up an undefeated KFFL season. The other half of the squad's trying to win the Washington County League, trying to become the first double champion while also making a big splash on the circuit. Your impression to the Spartans so far this year?
They're taking big steps. Um, a new team, a lot of young guys. They're hungry. They putting in work. You see in the group chat, hey, what you doing today? Let's get together at 5 o'clock. And this is on like Tuesday, Wednesdays. That's the benefit of most of these young guys being in the same area because you have a lot of teams, and I was part of it with ADR. Half your team, or you got a couple guys here, a couple guys there, and everybody got travel at least an hour, 30 minutes to get together. With these guys, motherfuckers live on the same block or live right down the road or can walk to each other's houses. So they hitting each other up, talking about let's get together and do this and that. And I mean, it's starting to pay off. Like it's really starting to show. Like they may not be putting complete games out there, but they're doing what they got to do to get the job done. And then in Ocean City, seeing them battle, you know, I mean, they fought against. I mean, you look at it. Their two losses on Saturday was to Bad Boys and Bays Auto. That's your second and third team in B, and they had a battle with Bad Boys. Could have easily won that game. Um, so I mean, they putting in work. They getting better. They want it. That's the biggest thing is that they hungry. Like they want the shit. Sometimes talk a little shit and get a little hype and get sidetracked. That's gonna happen when you're young and shit and when you're new to this shit. But they hungry. They putting in the work, and like you said, they're playing a lot of ball. They
Yeah,
may not be going. They may not be going to AC this weekend, but they playing a lot of ball, and
I
I
believe
can
you
tell
guys
you,
have three this weekend. The X Dogs game on Saturday at
Venom, and
Venom as
then
well. Yeah, the West Virginia Venom right after at 10:30. That ought to be a really good game. You know, Lucas Hall is going to come out there trying to go against this Spartans team that he felt a little jaded by at Ocean City. He was the starter quarterback when they beat 717 a lead. However, he was replaced with Dakota during the Killer Bees game when things weren't going. And of course, Dakota finished the championship game too. Lucas left right after. That's going to be a really interesting game, especially after the X Dogs game. And not even just that, but Sunday, there are action too. Two more games. Broad Axe, who
yep.
definitely will have some their dogs there come Sunday. They're going to come fully loaded. Their circuit team may not be that impressive, but the league team they have would be a team that would compete on the B circuit, and that's going to
Oh
be a big
yeah,
challenge for this Spartan squad.
yeah. But and I mean, you just mentioned it. Even though the Spartans are not going to Atlantic City this weekend, they're playing 4 games, which is going to be more than some teams get in Atlantic City. So Dom really was smart with putting them in Washington County and KFFFL. Um, like I said, that work you can't. From experience, I'll tell you, and Ross will tell you too, and you know, Joey, playing, like playing the game, the more you play with the same group of guys, you have no other choice but to get better. Like you guys get chemistry, you know what each other's gonna do, you trust each other more. That shit's plays a big factor in winning.
Agreed 100%. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to do the rest of the year. 4 games overall. They got Unremarkable 2. That'll be part of the Bassford Heritage Bowl 3 Sunday in the Washington County Flag Football League. Part of a big weekend for the Tri-State Spartans. They got a circuit weekend on terms of how many games they're playing. And people may say, well, maybe it's not the best competition, but you know X Dogs are going to bring it. Matty Ice and company always come out and play tough. They had a tough loss to Blackhawks at Ocean City. Tommy Lightfoot and company rallied late to win that game. Then had an even tougher game against Riot Squad right after. Two teams that you see right there, 6 and 7. That's a tough draw for an X Dogs team on a Saturday when they hadn't been in the circuit for 2 years. And then fell to AFN, the number 14 team on Sunday. They had a tough weekend at OC. They're still good to go, though. You can't count them old dogs out. West Virginia Venom, they're going to play with a chip on their shoulder. That's a battle of guys who all are from the same area facing off. They're all from that 81 corridor down West Virginia. So that's an interstate matchup between two teams from the exact same region. And those are always
Yeah.
tough battles when you got guys who literally play in the same backyard that you do in.
Nah, you're right. Those games are gonna be close no matter what. It's gonna be a battle for at least some point of the time. There might be towards the end of the game, it might take over, but for the most part, that energy comes out. It's gonna be a tough game at first.
Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do. They get a little bit of an easy one to wrap up of unremarkable, but sorry, UNR. Let me stand corrected. That's UNR. That's not unremarkable or unreliable. That came down from the board. Just wanted to be intimate one on that. That is UNR. So UNR, Broad Axe, West Virginia Venom, X Dogs, reverse order. Should be an interesting weekend for them. We're going to go back to the tournament and focus on that. It's a shame they won't be here. Hopefully, we'll see them in the Charm City Classic. I think that'd be a really big jump for them to play in Charm City. I think Don and company should be looking to Baltimore as their next big thing to hit.
Yeah, there's been some talks in the group. You're definitely gonna see Tri-State Spartans again coming up here soon and on the circuit. All Ocean City did for them was make them hungry and want to get that taste on the circuit a little bit more.
Yeah. Coming in at 14th, AFN, the team that beat them at a Maffle, 4-7 on the year. Tough showing at Ocean City. They didn't have half their guys on day one. They were pretty light. Still played the Titans very close. I think it was a 6-3 final. Yeah. But then they had the Brick Squad afterwards. So right there, the number 4 and 8 team on a Saturday at a tournament that, don't get me wrong, I think you and I both have the same feelings, Dane, about the old Washington County A-B bracket system of the day. And, Andy, that's what he did for this tournament was he used that exact A-B split system for the BC in this tournament. And I feel like while the C bracket is something that should be worked towards because you get more teams in it on a more casual level, I do feel like also that cutting a bracket into the 0-2 stuff, especially when none of the games are even. I go back to the example of Clash of York, where we had to play Bullets. Hey, remember that game? And Rampage. And while the Renegades played Impact and Appleby. Right. Yeah, they played a restaurant in the name of a wrestling company. If we went 0-2 and missed day 2 because of that, that's just not all matchups are even. And AFN had a tough day 1. Day 2, they had their struggles. It was interesting watching that team all day. X-Dogs had them on the ropes. They rallied back, beat them. A very similar game to what I saw 3 years ago at South High with ADR. A very similar game between those with X-Dogs that day. Same exact comeback. It was crazy. Trail and everything leading the way. You looked over the other end. They beat Venom on day 2 in the C semis and then went on to beat the Spartans in the chip. They had all their guys on day 2. I feel like they could have actually gotten to the quarters playing in B had they been given that fair opportunity. But, that's how it was set up. I get where they were going with it. I thought I'd like to see a C bracket, but maybe some on a lower scale. But I feel like it could have helped if they were a B on day 2.
I feel like I thought that somebody said something about you was given the option. I guess obviously that was not the case.
Originally, that was the case, and the Killer Bees were the only one who signed up. Yeah. And then after that, I was like, well, we can't really do it if that's the case.
No. I mean, if AFN was like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to play C.
Oh, they had
I want to play B.
No, there was no option. Once you were down in the bracket, you were down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they could have no-show day 2, which some teams might have done that just because what's the point when there's nothing to go for? But they came out, they played, they won. It was old school AFN. They're struggling a little bit right now in Maffle. Overall, they're 4-7. We've been wondering, are they going to get back to the heights they were in 2019? it's been a long drop off. Like we said, the last B circuit win they had was at Worlds against Renegades last year. So it's been a bit for this AFN squad.
Yeah, so they were smart to play the C bracket because they've been a lot of changes over there with a couple players. They still have their core guys, but a couple pieces here and there. So, like we just said, the more games you can play, even if it's a C bracket game, you still getting decent bump. So, and it's still bump. So they made the right decision, and they went out there and did what the hell they were supposed to do. I mean, it would have been another matter had AFN gone out there and not won the C bracket. Then it really would have been some like the fuck.
It would have been a little different, yeah. Kent, I'm gonna
Hmm.
address your comment real quick. It's not that I prefer it. I feel like it was a good experiment to try out. I just, looking back, I prefer that it would be something where instead of no one makes Sunday, we just play B as is on Sunday, like it normally would be. It wouldn't be a case of that. I was just saying that I feel like 0 and 2 could be a little unfair depending on the matchups you get. Because sometimes you get two heavy hitters while another team gets two lightweights.
No, you're right, because I mean it happened to the Spartans. I feel like they had strength of schedule was they had probably the toughest outing on a Saturday, and I'm looking at the top 15, and had they been able to match up against some of these different guys, I mean we don't know, but I'd like to think the outcome would have been different, and they would have been playing on in the B on Sunday. So I get exactly what you're saying. It makes sense.
Yeah. Nothing against C. Like I said, I feel like C will be big to grow the game going forward because I do feel like some guys do play this at a recreational level as opposed to a competitive level or a pro level. Yeah, like our area is living proof that you do need to see because guys do just come out there for fun. How many guys we knew just playing this out of from playing backyard football to here? Like that's
Yeah.
why you do need to see level. I feel like we're getting there. It's just something we got to naturally grow into before running with it. That's just my opinion, however, on it. FOE's next on there. They're from Maffle, 5-4. They were a team that I felt a little rough at times last year. I don't know if it failed, but since nationals, they've started to get a little steam. Like they are one of the more improved teams I've seen since the end of last year. We're looking forward to seeing how they do. I haven't covered a game of those yet. I'm just going by results I've seen so far. I think you saw a little bit of FOE, Ross, back at OC.
Yeah, I think that was a game I tried to catch the tail end of, but I was like literally at the tail end.
Yeah, it happens. So we'll get a chance to check them in AC. We'll get a look at them hopefully.
I mean, I covered the international too.
Yeah, that was a little further back though.
Yeah. Kind of. I feel like nationals is like, yeah.
I consider that less.
And
Yeah,
then you
that's
start the next season.
yeah. OC was the Thursday night kickoff game, and now we're getting ready for the Sunday night kickoff.
Yeah.
The next one coming up, I got the Bulls from the LMFFL. They're 3-5 on the year. That's a team that's been improving as the year is going on. They took a lot of guys in the 4-0 Ravens, built up this newer team. They've been playing really good ball. They played Rampage close. They played No Mercy close. They played Bad Boys close at Ocean City. They got a win over 717 Elite on the circuit in their first circuit game. Had a tough game with Dirty Birds, fell in that one, the last play. Could have gone 2-0 on day one. A team that's always a scrappy underdog is going to come out fighting. And I look forward to seeing this Bulls team in Ocean City or Atlantic City. Sorry. I'm thinking of next year already.
Fair enough.
Next one up, Dirty Birds. I got them at 1 and 2. I don't have any league results on them. I got to know where I have a league for them. I'm trying to find some information. If anybody has info, send it to me. I didn't get much of a chance. I saw them beat the Bulls at the end. They had a tough game with Rampage as well. They played them pretty close. So this season it seems like a squad that could surprise people. And being a local tournament for them, they're based out of New Jersey. That could really be an advantage coming into this. Next up, number 10 is hashtag Team Petty at Maffle. They're 3-6 right now. But Petty, they're usually up there in the top 8 to 10 in the tournament. They play tough. They play physical. We saw them in Ocean City. I got to watch them against Broadaxe and the Killer Bees. They gave it to Broadaxe, beat it by 2 scores.
Yeah, I covered. They played
Blackhawks, right, on Sunday? Or
Blackhawks?
what tournament are you talking?
Just
Blackhawks, yeah. Yeah, who's ahead of them actually a little bit. That was a nice little league matchup on Sunday. Yeah, that was a tough part, man. Their first matchup was a league game on Sunday, and that's just happened. That's luck of the draw. But I've been saying it for a bit now. You get those matchups, those local matchups on Sunday in a playoff situation. You and I both know, Dame, it's like the Cowboys playing the Eagles in the playoffs. Now both sides know each other. They see their tendencies. It's going to be a tough game for both because
Those kind of games come down to one drive, one play. There's something that just sets the other team apart because they know everything about each other. You're not gonna surprise them. You're not gonna shock them. When you play teams that literally you played 20 times in the past like 5 years, you're gonna know, or even play in your league the last 2 to 3 years, you don't play them 3, 4 times. Like those type of games, like you said, it's like division rivalries. Like you ain't gonna surprise them. You know what's gonna come out. The energy is gonna be high. You don't want to lose. You don't ever want to lose to motherfuckers back home, especially all the way out of town. That's the worst when they send you back home. So yeah, it's gonna be a physical game if that matchup happens, or when it does happen, it's always a physical game. So you
fact.
were right.
Next team up, Long Island Demons, number 9. They're out of the GCFFA. They're 2-4 on the year. Here's the thing about it. They are a team that plays B on the circuit, but they play A in GCFFA. They're playing Strong Island in regular season. They're playing against the Punishers in the regular season. They're playing against the Lions in the regular season.
Right.
Teams around here were scared of ADR. Imagine those three in your league having to play every season. It just brings out different brands of football, and it's a tough slate all around. This is a B team that doesn't dodge anybody. They're not afraid. Joe Caison and company, they're going to come out ready to go in AC. He was talking about it last night. He's already said Heller will be there. It's going to be a better squad than what we saw at Ocean City. The Ocean City squad, they went 2-1, beat Broad Axe on day one, mostly held them down by playing good defense. Had a tough game with the Killer Bees. Bees gave them a pretty good fight. Joe had a lot of praise for both teams last night. Day two, they went down to the Maryland Titans. That game was over pretty quickly, but, they didn't have the numbers. They maybe had 14 or 15 guys. They didn't have Heller there either. That was just a go out, get your feet wet, see what the water's like, and then get ready for the bigger tournament closer by, where you can get all your guys ready to go about 5 weeks down the road.
Thursday night warm-up game.
Yeah, that was the warm-up game. That was the preseason for them to prepare for circuit ball. This team's going to be a lot different in Atlantic City. Number 8 is the Maryland Titans on mine out of the OMFFL. They're 7-3 on the year. Titans, they beat AFN on day one in Ocean City. Then they had a loss to Brick Squad in the next game. The number 14 right now I got ranked. Day two, they took the Demons out very quickly, but then had a tough loss to Rampage, another league game. Titans are a team that a lot of people have not really noticed. They're a little under the radar. This is a team that's actually third place in Owings Mills right now. And I believe they only have one loss to the Elite Rebels so far. They just beat the No Mercy Scorpions a few weeks ago, the Titans did, 12-0. So this is a team that, we talked about the change in offense from Locke to Doc. And the change with Doc coming in has revived this team and put them on a level where they're competing in the top B again. And they're showing in OMFFL right now that they can win against the likes of Rampage and the Misfits. They can compete against them. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Maryland Titans do in this tournament. Number 7 is the Black Hawks out of Mathel. They're 6-4 coming in here. They, on day one, they beat the X-Dogs in a late rally and then fell right after to Riot Squad. That game was not very close. Riot Squad played very well that weekend on Saturday. Come Sunday, they had a tough league game, dogfight against Team Petty. They were ultimately ousted by Brick Squad in the quarterfinals, I believe. I might be wrong on that. Blackhawks, MAFL champions. They're playing well this year. They have a chance to repeat. Looking forward to seeing what they got this weekend. Riot Squad, I have up there. They're 2-1 according to mine. Maybe they have more 9-man games. Yeah, they're the Rhode Island team out of ECFF.
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
Covered out.
Yeah. Riot Squad 2-1. I don't have any league stuff on them. If anybody has it, let me know. Someone told me there might be in GCFFA. I didn't get back to that. I had to double check. They played well on Saturday. They had a +40, I do believe. They were looking really strong going into Sunday. And then Baez Auto, just not a good draw to get in that quarterfinals. You don't want to draw a team like Baez who have been there before because they'll come up and surprise you. And I think that's what happened with Riot Squad on day 2, was that they were just caught off guard with Baez. Let's see if they bounce back this time around. After that, I got the Long Island Ducks, GCFFA. I have their circuit record. I don't have the league record. I missed out on getting that right. I should have double checked on that earlier. My bad. So I got us 3-1. Ducks played good on day 1, 2-0. And then they fell to the bad boys in the last drive. We had Justin Thorne on last night talking about it. This is a Ducks team that they compete in the GCFFA. It's just they can't get past that Renegades bad boys obstacle. That's shown to be a problem for them on Sundays. Good news for them is this game will be a Saturday game. So get a win here, get the confidence. They can make a run on Sunday for sure. 4, I got the Brick Squad Nation out of the ECFF. They were 4-1 in Ocean City. I don't have any ECFF results on me, so I don't even know if they're playing or not. But they had a really good run. They had Baez in that game. That drop on the 4th and 20, he was open and there was nobody to get his flag. That should have been 6, and that's just how close Brick Squad was to playing for a championship. They were a team that nobody really thought much of coming in, and they made a hell of a run in Ocean City. Baez Auto, they're on a bye for this tournament. Out of the YAFFL, they're 4-2 overall.
I always look forward to seeing them in the tournament.
I did too, man. I was excited to see Baez this time around too, and I heard they dropped out. Hopefully they'll be back for Charm City Classic. Really good squad, always good to watch. Look forward to seeing how they do the rest of the circuit year. They don't get the chance to play much 9-man. They only play circuit ball. They're not in the league anywhere. YAFFL is actually their 8-man league up there in York.
Hey, I say this about Baez Auto, or however the fuck you say it. They definitely got one of the best O-lines in the B bracket. I watched the film of their games in Ocean City, and maybe 1 or 2 of those guys on that O-line could definitely play A-level ball. Yeah. That O-line for Baez Auto is definitely something that's a strong suit for that team.
And, you also look at it, they're a well-coached, well-disciplined squad. They play good team football. They know they can plug and play different players from their league in there, and they make it work in their system. We've seen other teams out of that league try to come out and put together a 9-man product, but they haven't come close to matching what Baez Auto has done in these last 2 years. Like, you look at it, I said it, they've made the semis at least for 4 or 5 different tournaments in the last 2 years. Like, they're always in the thick of things. It don't matter who they play. Number 2 is Bad Boys out of OMFFL. They're 6-3-1 right now. They have played one of the toughest schedules out of any team I've seen. But you go back to day 1 of Ocean City, they had to play Baez and they had to play Spartans. You look at it the day 2, they had a league game with the Bulls. Then they had to play the Ducks. Then they had to play Rampage. By the end of that weekend, the Bad Boys had played 3 games out of the top 5 teams.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. They played number 1, number 3, and number 5 in that tournament.
Dang.
Yeah. And you look further down, they played number 12 and number 15. So for the Bad Boys, all 5 of their opponents from Ocean City are ranked in this. And you look at the league stuff too. The Bulls also in it. Titans, they're going to play them later on in the season. I believe that's a game coming up in a few weeks in Owings Mills. Should be a really good one. They also have played Rideout, who I will go over. Rideout is not in this only because they didn't play Ocean City. After this tournament, if they play the way they normally do, they'll be back on easily. That'll change very quickly.
I got a feeling.
Yeah. So we're really looking forward to seeing how that goes. Looking at it ahead, number 1 is Rampage, 14-1-2 won the season. That is a
voice.
Yeah. Like I have them
boys.
listed, yeah. I have them listed as OMFFL, but they're also playing MAFL on Sundays. So they're trying to win 2 leagues this year. They've already won Ocean City. They've beaten the Misfits. That is the Misfits' only local loss so far this year is to Rampage. And they have shown that out of this ranking, they beat the Bad Boys. They beat Baez Auto. They will play Riot Squad on Saturday, actually, looking at schedule. They will play Blackhawks and MAFL. They actually beat Blackhawks a few weeks ago. They have played the Titans. They beat them in Ocean City. They played Petty in MAFL. They beat the Bulls. They played against FOE. I think that's a few weeks. They beat AFN. This Rampage squad has played damn near the whole top 15 of this list, including some A teams in the form of No Mercy, Dream, Elite Rebels, Misfits. Yeah, Rampage. They're making a run. They might not only be just the best B team, they might be the best DMV team. We'll see what they do come tournament time. So let's get on from that. Like I said, a lot of people will say, where's Rideout? Rideout's played great in league ball this year. I think the record, though, is like 1-5 or 2-4. But every game has literally came down to the final drive for them. You guys have been like in every single game against really good competition.
Yeah, it's literally one play.
Yeah, you guys are definitely always in the thick of things. Let's move on now. Predictions.
Yeah, here we go.
First game of the day. I don't have the times or anything. I'm just going in order of what I picked up. Rebels and AFN. I don't believe they played each other before, so this is our first matchup. Rebels, of course, that's Israel, the Lotus team. They're coming out of there from New Era, from GCFFA. AFN, of course, we know the affiliates. Dame, who do you got?
Actually, I think I'm gonna go with AFN here. I think that I don't think they're gonna come light again. I think that they learned their lesson. They're riding a little momentum. Things might not be going their way in league play, but tournament ball, they just want to see bracket. I don't think they want to go 0-2 on Saturday again. I think they get this W.
I think that's going to be interesting to see how they do. Where do you got, Ross?
I'm gonna go AFN.
Ross going AFN.
Just because I know more about AFN.
I'm going to go with my man Big Is and the Rebels.
Yeah,
I think the Rebels knock off AFN because like they put right now, I feel like they're playing some really good ball. The Rebels are up there to GCFFA. They're going to bring a lot of talent. AFN, I don't know what they're going to have. We'll see. If it's anything like the Ocean City team they had on day one, I don't think they're going to get the win here, but I think Rebels get the dub on this one.
Fair enough.
Next game, Rebels and Demons. What do you got, Dame?
I'm actually gonna go with the Demons here. I don't know too much about the Rebels, so no disrespect on y'all going 0-2. But yeah, I've heard a little bit more. I watched a couple of the Demons games, here and there. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really seen much on the Rebels. So just off of that, I'm gonna go with the Demons.
Ain't going with the Demons. All right, Ross, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Rebel.
I'll go with the Rebels. All right. Ross believes in Big Is. Shout out Israel.
Just because I really don't know much about it. I mean, I guess I could say I know a little bit more about the Demons. But I feel like Rebels gonna take that one.
All right, Ross got the Rebels. Me personally, I am gonna go with in this matchup. I'm gonna go Demons. With Heller back in the group and more of the core there, I think the Demons get the dub on this one. Let's scooch over to this spot. Dragons, AFN. Number 2 is Dame, 3 is Ross, and 4 is me. Dame, who do you got for Dragons AFN?
I'm actually gonna go with the Dragons on this one.
Going to the Dragons. All right. Eddie Bertucci and
Yeah.
company. We'll see what they have. Ross, who do you got?
I'm gonna AFN.
AFN. All right. I'm going to go with the Dragons on this one. I think AFN is going to have some struggles offensively. I think travel's going to hurt them a little bit. I think they go 0-2 Saturday. The losing streak in B continues. I'm not going to count the C wins on Sunday. It does not count as B wins, as C wins. I think the streak continues into another tournament. Sorry, AFN. Love you all still. You my guys. All right, Dame, Dragons and Demons.
I got the Demons going 2-0 on Saturday.
All right, Dame's got the Demons. Ross, Dragons and Demons.
I'm gonna Demons as well.
Demons as well. I'm going to go Demons as well, too. I think Joe and company bounce right back 2-0 on the day. Bulls and Bloodline. Dame, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Bulls. I really don't know much about Bloodline. Seen the Bulls play a time or two, but yeah, I'm gonna go with pretty much the home squad in the DMV area. So I'm gonna go with the Bulls.
Bulls it is. Excel keeps messing up on me. All right, Ross, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Bulls. I have no idea who Bloodline even is. I don't have a clue.
Ross going Bulls as well. Yeah, I don't have a clue either. And we have an OMFFL show, so I'm gonna go with Bulls.
Yeah, I know who the Bulls are.
There we go.
Bulls are hungry too. I know Dan kept saying that about Spartans. I want to say that earlier too. Bulls
We need a Spartans Bulls
are
game
definitely
again.
hungry, too.
'Cause
That would be a good game.
Well, it already was last year with the Ravens. Kevin Fields actually covered that last night when where he was on the show. That Spartans Ravens game from the fairgrounds. Yeah, that was actually, I believe, the first 9-man game in the 4-state with refs and everything. That'd be a good game. That's something that needs to happen. Bulls and Riot Squad. Who do you got, Dame?
I'm gonna go with Riot Squad. I think Bulls go 1-1 on a day. I think Riot Squad pulls this off.
Riot Squad for Dame. I'm going to go Riot Squad as well. They're a team that is set there and they've shown a lot of potential. They definitely can make a run. They play, like I said, they played very well against Blazers on day 3 of Nationals. They had a good run on day 1 of Ocean City last. Yeah. Yeah, which one's you?
I'm gonna go Bulls just because I know if y'all going.
I literally wrote
gonna go
Ross's
Bulls,
pick
go
before he
Bulls.
did it. Jesus.
I'm gonna go Bulls 2-0.
All right, Ross going Bulls 2-0. All right. Yeah, I spaced out and thought I was putting Dane's pick in, and I realized I already did.
Close game, but I got Bulls in the end.
All right, he's got Bulls in the end.
Thriller.
I got Riot Squad winning. They got the guys from the Lou coming, Twan G and Co. St. Louis 9-man gonna be representing Riot Squad. They got those guys over from Connecticut. They're gonna play pretty well. I think Riot Squad gets the dub. Rampage Bloodline, Dame. Who you got?
I think Rampage. This Bloodline team's probably a new team. Don't nobody really know much about them. I forget who they play the first game. I have them losing anyways, but they're gonna get introduced to the circuit ball pretty quickly if they ain't never played out there. Because I think Rampage gonna put it on them.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's going to be an interesting game.
Rampage.
Yeah, we got Rampage. Yeah. Rampage goes 3 for 3 on that one.
No
This,
disrespect, Lola.
this to me is one of the best games of Saturday. Rampage Riot Squad, a game that I personally thought would be an Ocean City championship matchup. You know, after day one, that potential was there. Riot Squad, though, went one and done very quickly, fell out to Baez. Who do you got, Damon? What I feel like is one of the best games of the day between Rampage and Riot Squad.
I agree. I definitely agree with you. I think that this one's gonna be one of the matchups that, like I said, I won't be out there on this weekend. So this is one of the matchups I'm probably gonna be tuned into. Hopefully somebody got it live.
I think that's on Field 2, and I want to say Jerome Russo of XFFL Productions will be live for that game.
But
So looking forward to Jerome out there.
really, part of me wants to say Riot Squad, but I'm gonna go with Rampage for real.
Rampage, all right.
Yeah,
Ross,
I
who do
think
you
that.
got?
I'm gonna go Rampage as well.
And I think I'm going to go with
Also in the
Rampage as well in a thriller.
I
Yeah.
agree with you. I think it's gonna be the best game. It might be the best game of the weekend. Or Saturday. Sorry. I'm listening. Yeah.
This is a big weekend to be played. Empire and Top Dogs, Dame.
Yeah. I don't even know who's Empire. Who the hell is Top Dogs? Where they from? You know anything about these teams, Joey?
Empire is my guess from New York. Top Dogs. Top Dogs, I think, are from Wyoming. They came a long way.
Definitely made that.
Well, you never,
Yeah.
you never seen Wyoming 9-man? It's a pretty big thing down in Cheyenne.
I'm gonna go with Empire just because I don't know. I like their name more.
Ross, who you got?
I'm gonna go Top Dog just because Damien Empire.
All right, Ross goes for Top Dogs. I'm gonna go with a tie. There we go.
Shit.
Wait, is there top? There is.
On full play, there is the option of a tie.
Yeah.
Trust me, I sat through a Bahamas Canary Island 0-0 tie once.
I'll stick with my Top Dogs. They better be Top Dogs.
I'm gonna go for tie. I think they tie each other. Empire versus Titans.
Maryland Titans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I honestly think Maryland Titans. I think this weekend's going to tell a lot about them. I don't really know much about this Empire team, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Titans. I'm excited. I'm more excited about their second game. So I'm gonna go Titans first game.
Same. I'm gonna go Titans all across the board here. Yeah.
It's fine. You skip me again.
This is gonna be. I'm not skipping you. I just know you're gonna take Titans. All right. This is gonna be a game where Nomads win, right? Against Top.
Yeah, we're going
You
Nomads.
got Nomads too. All right, Nomads as well. No
I
disrespect.
want Top Dogs now.
You got Top Dogs.
I haven't seen Nomads in a while.
You know what?
I don't
You know what it
there.
is. You know what that is. It's a Top Gun X Dogs merger. That's what that is.
Yeah, Nomads. No, I'm playing. No, I'm playing.
Wouldn't that be wild?
That'd be weird. All right, Nomads Titans. That's going to be another good Saturday game. Nomads, the team that's not in the current B rankings, but they're going to find their way back in pretty quickly. That's been the thing. They really haven't played that many tournaments. Well, when you look at it, like you go back to AC 2 years ago, since that tournament, I think they've only played in Charm City, Rhode Island, Worlds, Corona, Nationals. They've been in 5, but the outside of the semis appearance at Nationals or Worlds rather, they really haven't set the world on fire when it comes to it. So like I think they'll be back. They're always a good team. You can't count the Nomads out. They've been around for years. But who do you got when they play the Maryland Titans?
Yeah, I think so. I for real, I think that's another game just like that. Fuck, who the fuck were we just talking about? The Rampage Riot Squad. I think that's another game that's people should tune in and watch. Titans actually earned my respect. We should have beat them. I say we, me playing with Rideout and OMFFL, but they're a solid squad. They did what they had to do. They buckled down with the ball, with their backs against the wall, and they finished the game. I honestly, part of me wants. I was honestly gonna pick Nomads whole way leading up, but I'm gonna stay true to the DMV, and I'm gonna go with Titans.
Titans for Dame. Who do you got, Ross?
I'm gonna Titans as well.
Titans as well. We'll go Nomads. You know, home state of Jersey. They're going to be hyped up, ready to go. You know, they got some unfinished business in Atlantic City. They know they should have came away with a championship the last time they were here. And I feel like the memory of that, coupled with this being in their home state, coupled with the disappointing, tough weekend they had at Nationals, they didn't make day 3, but they had a tough draw. They really did. They had Blazers. They had Renegades. It wasn't easy for the Nomads. They had to play AFN even. So you got to look at it. They're going to come with a lot more fire and intensity. I think Nomads get it here.
Yeah. Top dog. Yeah, after all that, top dogs win.
4 top dogs.
Yeah,
Can we get a representative from Top Dogs on the show,
that
please?
pick's gonna look really stupid, I'll say, but whatever.
All right.
Hey, top
Right
dogs
now,
win.
Top Dogs. Hey, we don't know, man. We don't know what Top Dogs are yet.
That's true. I have no idea.
We know about this team. Rideout versus the Killer Bees. Not the Killer Bees or the Killer Bees. Killer Bees.
Yeah, so I'm going with Rideout. They're literally so. I think you said their record in the OMFFL is 1-5.
I believe
And-
it's 5 or 2-4, but it's the competition and the fact that every game's come down to a score.
Literally, they're one play away from being 6-0. So I'm gonna go with Rideout in this game. I think they got something to prove this weekend.
I'm gonna go. Ross, what do you got?
Right out.
I'm gonna ride out too. I just don't think this Killer Bees team can match up to the Gene Sanchez one
Their first 9-man experience.
for the season. Yeah,
But who knows what they're gonna bring? Bias, isn't it? If they tap into bias,
who Killer Bees?
yeah.
That's not the Gene Sanchez Killer Bees.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's not Gene Sanchez.
Oh,
This is a Jersey Killer Bees, I
too many
think.
bees flying around. I don't know.
And they all have the same color, black and yellow. There's literally no difference.
Yeah, I can't.
We need Eric Carty, Gene Sanchez, and whoever owns Killer Bees to merge with each other and just like put together a PA Jersey All Star team.
This squad right here. That should be that.
There we go.
Start making phone calls if you're light on whatever bees this team is. Call the other bees.
You
Swarm
Bees
up.
unite. They
Together-
call them the
Swarm
bees.
up.
together we can
Bees.
be the bee's knees.
All right, let's move on.
Ride out and Dirty Birds. This is gonna be an underrated game if you ask me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna be a tough one. I think it's gonna come down to literally one play, like the last possession type of shit, and just based off that and the fact that I personally know they've been in a lot of those games and they're working to make sure they come out on the right end of those kind of games. I'm gonna pick right out in a close, tough game with Dirty Birds.
Ride out for Dame. Correct.
Yeah, right out.
Ride out for Ross. I'm gonna go ride out as well.
I think it'll be a good game too.
I think so too. I think it'll be very competitive. It'll come down to the end. You got to remember, Dirty Birds are playing a home game here, so they're going to come fully loaded and ready to go. Venom, the Maryland Venom, that is, versus Killer Bees, the Jersey bees.
I'm gonna go Maryland Venom. I'm gonna once again stick with my boys out here in the DMV. I don't really know too much about killer bees from New Jersey, but from my experience from dealing with any type of bees, motherfuckers can only sting you once, and then them bitches ain't shit. So
I hate
So I guess you got Venom too. All right, I'm gonna go Venom as well. Venom and
the boys hated bees the whole life.
especially in flag football, right?
No, they're before I even knew flag football was a thing.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of bees either. Well, I like the nature pack of bees. I'm not being stung by bees because I know bees are important. So let me elaborate that statement a little
Why
bit.
hate me more?
Yeah, it's more like they give me anxiety when they're near me. Venom and Dirty Birds. Dame, who do you got?
I'm actually gonna go with Dirty Birds here. I think that they're gonna come out here and be hungry after losing a close game to ride out. I think they get Venom in this one.
Ross, who do you got?
I'm gonna agree with him.
Dirty Birds as well. I got Dirty Birds 3-0 for that one. Reapers and 717 Elite. Dame, you might be familiar. This is one of the branches of the primetime 717 Gusto YFFL trifecta trio, whatever you want to call this group. I think Bob Moore will probably be there, a quarterback again for him. They'll probably have some of the primetime Gusto players, is what I'd imagine. Maybe some Baez guys might hop on. Curious to see what 717 has this time around. D. Will and company. They bring a lot of talent from up York. Reapers, I don't know much about, so I can't really speak on them. Dame, who do you got in this one?
I got the Reapers.
Reapers, all right. Ross, who do you got?
I'm gonna 717.
Ross going 717. You know, I'm going to give love to 717 too. I don't know why it's going to the other side, but thank you, XL. Reapers and Steel. Dame, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Reapers because what the fuck kind of name is Steel?
The Shaq movie from back in the 90s. Ross, who do you got?
Oh, man, I'm gonna go Reapers too because I like the name better.
I'm going to go with Steel because I like that movie. Steel versus 717 Elite. Dame, who do you got?
I think 717 finally get a fucking W. I think they finally get a win.
And got 717. Ross, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Steel just because I got 717 in the other.
All right. I'm going to go with 717. I think they come out better. They get 2-0 on the day. They get some momentum. Hopefully, they can pull it out. Ducks and Bad Boys. Dame, who do you
Shit.
got? Yeah, round 3.
I didn't, you know what I mean? I peeped, when you hit me up earlier in the day and was like, you want to hop on and do predictions and shit. I was like, yeah, let me look at the schedule and see who play who. So at least I know. This game didn't stick out to me, but good. Lord. And hold on, is that the Browns from out that way too, or which Brown? No, never mind. I'll just pick the Ducks.
It's the KFFL Browns. They're back together.
Well, this Ducks Bad Boys game, this shit's gonna be a battle. I think it's definitely gonna be shit. I'm gonna have games to watch all day. That's what's up. I'm gonna definitely go with Bad Boys though. I'm gonna stick with DMV pulling out these close games. You know what I mean? It's fuck the North, DMV over here. So I got Bad Boys pulling this out. If they come loaded, I definitely got them winning this game. If they don't come with everybody and they show up with a half-ass team, or then they can lose. This one's gonna be a battle, but I definitely got Bad Boys if they come fully loaded.
They got Bad Boys. Ross, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Bad Boys too.
Bad Boys as well. I'm gonna go Ducks. I think Ducks pull it out. Third time's the charm. Third time's the charm. I think they get them this time.
Yeah, this one's gonna be interesting, man. I just went Bad Boys just because kind of what Dame said, DMV, but and overall record too.
Ducks are catching up though very quickly.
And overall record, but Ducks are. I think the Ducks are another hungry team. So.
Yeah, I think they're.
Not saying Bad Boys aren't hungry, but Ducks are hungry.
I think it's going to be a tough one for them. Bad Boys and the Browns. Dame, who do you got? This is an underrated game because I've heard a lot of talk on this Browns team, and I think going against Bad Boys, I'm not sure the Bad Boys know what they're fully getting into with this squad. I think it's going to be one of those.
Is this the Browns from the GCFFA or whatever it is out there?
Yes, sir. GCFFA Browns.
How the fuck did somebody don't like the Bad Boys? How the fuck did they get Bays and Spartans on Saturday in Ocean City, and then they turn around and got the Ducks and Browns? They just got the luck of the draw. They literally are going through the gauntlet. Like,
their national schedule at Nationals, they had Nomads, Blazers, and
damn.
And the third team they had was St. Louis Spartans on that.
Who ended up winning the whole thing.
Yeah. So they ended up second place for the Spartans, actually, but they ended up getting like all three of them. So they don't have easy tournament days. Like I made that joke about the Appleby Impact Day at Clash of York 1. It hasn't been that easy for them since.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be a tough game for it's hard to tell who the Browns are gonna have because I don't know if some of the guys in league play travel with some of the better team like main events and Lions and Dogs and shit like that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and stick with my DMV guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Bad Boys. But fuck, they got two tough games.
Yeah, two very tough draws to start the
I
game.
think this game depends on how the first game goes.
Yeah.
In terms of Bad Boys, obviously. I'm gonna go Bad Boys.
Bad Boys as well. I think Bad Boys get it, but I think it's going to be a close game.
You all got this, man. Come on.
It's going to be a close-ass game. Ducks and the NWO.
As much as growing up, you know what I mean? Like, I was a big NWO guy. Mostly NWO Wolfpack was my shit. But this ain't wrestling. I got the Ducks.
Yeah, the Ducks. All right. Ross, who do you got?
Ducks. There's no way Ducks go 0-2.
Exactly.
I'm going to go with the Ducks as well. Carlton, I know you love me. NWO and Browns. Who do you got, Dame?
I got the Browns. I don't see sort of like Ross just said with the Ducks. I don't see the Ducks going 0-2, and I damn sure don't see the Browns going 0-2. So I got the Browns.
Ross, who do you got?
Damn. I'm gonna go Browns as well.
Browns as well. I'm going to go Browns as well. Now, that said,
What's the next one there, Jeff?
who's the champion?
Oh,
Who do you got winning it all, Dame?
Damn, that's a good one. Obviously, I honestly think it depends on matchups, how shit plays out. But obviously, when you're picking shit like this, you don't have that in front of you because anything can happen on Saturday. The easy answer would be my guys at ride out, but I'm gonna go ahead and just because I'm trying to make things work out to be there on Sunday. So just for that reason, I'm not gonna pick ride out because I'm affiliated with them. I'm gonna go ahead and pick who I think has the next best shot, and it's crazy.
So who do you pick? Sorry, distracted.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
The Paul
Damn.
Studio.
Yeah, this one's tough. I got about 3-4 teams on them.
Yeah, here you got winning it all. on because we got 23 teams here.
Yeah, I got 4 teams that I'm really stuck on, so I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna keep it in the DMV for sure. We're gonna go up there. We're gonna take over at least in the B division. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the bad boys. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna be they're gonna be battle tested. They're gonna be they're gonna have already played 2 of the top 4 or 5 teams in the B in this B tournament at least, and the Browns and the Ducks. Uh, they've been real close in Ocean City. I think, like I said, it depends on how the bracket comes out, but I think the bad boys bring that shit home, and that's why I got winning that shit in the B bracket.
Ross, who do you got? Rampage.
Got
I'm gonna go with a team that nobody's gonna be thinking about. I think everybody's gonna sleep on too.
No man.
I'm going Nomads.
Yeah, bro. I was
They
thinking
get
about it.
That's fair
I
enough.
was thinking about it. That was no bullshit. Bad boys, Rampage, Nomads, Ducks, Browns right out. I feel like those are the top 6 teams in my opinion on who can bring it out. I think Nomads are gonna come out there hungry too. I just picked Bad Boys because I know they're a well-rounded team and
We ain't
they
doing
battle tested and the motherfuckers hungry too.
Wait, between 3 of us, we all pick different teams.
because all 3 of us would be wrong at the end of the weekend, knowing our luck.
And so
Oh yeah.
I'll put $20 and nobody wins.
Here, you can pay my 20.
Oh, you want to put
piggyback
you
away.
want to put 20 on it? You want to put 20
Yeah,
on it?
I
you
know, I
you
know
and Dame
you're
you and
down.
Dame can bet.
I
Go
know you're
ahead.
down, friendly $20 bet. Because we all pick different teams. I wasn't gonna say anything unless we all pick different teams. Friendly $20 bet. Like I
I'll
said,
do it.
if
I'm
none
with
of
it.
the teams win, then everybody.
You're already going to do enough gambling this weekend, knowing
Or
you.
we'll donate. Oh yeah. Or we'll donate like $60 to whatever. I don't know. What y'all want to do? What y'all trying to do?
Y'all figure it
Yeah.
out. I ain't got no money.
He ain't this motherfucker.
I got no.
Joey Big Bank.
I ain't working this weekend. I got no money.
All right.
I got to stock shelves the next 2 days.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think Atlantic City gonna be a big one. I think it's gonna be a good one. When you doing your preview for A?
Tomorrow night we'll be live 9:00 for the A show.
Word.
We'll see you all then. For Damien, Caison, and Ross Collins, I'm Joey Blaze. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Peace out, bro.
Peace.
Glad.
I was trying to exit out of there. Come on, let me out. This thing's glitching on me. There we go.